Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ears and Tell podcast. This is our second episode. This is the podcast where we interview Twitch streamers, YouTube streamers, and overall content creators. And today we have a friend of ours who is Cypher. Hello, Cypher.
Hello.
So could you potentially introduce yourself to our audience? For those who don't know you.
I am Cypher_L. I am a Twitch streamer and VTuber. I go by either Cypher or Femneko, and I am usually a very tall cat girl, and I play a variety of games on Twitch.
You can't do too much about the very tall. This room is not very big.
Yeah.
So,
being restrained by the room size.
What was the thing that made you want to create content? We've talked a little bit, and I know content's something you're extremely passionate about, and your goal is to do it full time. What gave you that push to actually just say, hey, this is what I want to do, let me start doing this?
It was honestly, I started doing it with YouTube a little bit because one of my friends was just like, hey, we should do like a group YouTube thing. And I was just like, all right, cool, that'd be pretty fun. We did a little bit of that. I actually have some videos of me playing Attack on Titan, World of War Tanks, and No Man's Sky on YouTube. I don't mention it because it's horrible. and I got that taste for like content creation and some stuff that happened with this person I won't mention. I hope they're doing all right though. I started doing Twitch streams because I'm just like, oh, I always see all these streamers doing things. I'm gonna try and do that. I was very basic. It was with a really bad Razer mic. Like, don't get me wrong, Razer's good. Mike's,
I'm well aware of Razer mic quality. I just moved away from a Siren myself.
That's actually what I had, the Siren. And it actually started off with me doing like using my actual face. After a while, I stopped using a face cam because I didn't want the camera constantly on me. But I then was just like, I need to have like something on the screen. Like some people can do no face cam, no avatar or anything like that. But I was just like, I need to have something on there because I want to be able to feel like I'm interacting with the audience. So it actually started off with face rig. Does anybody know what face rig is?
I've never used it, but I am familiar with it.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Fun fact. I would actually start out as a plant girl.
I'm so used to you being tall cat girl. I would have never expected plant.
It was a plant girl. Then it switched over to, I can't actually remember entirely, but I think it then went to nothing again. And then I got a PNG that was made by my good friend Lexus30. And from there, my two friends Haru and Kaivis made me a reformed character that we have dubbed Femneko. And with their help, I now have a 2D live 2D model.
Nice. So, when it comes to content, like games you stream, things you enjoy doing, what type of content are you primarily focusing on? Or are you just mainly a variety streamer, and why?
I am mainly a variety streamer, and I'm going to be honest, it's because I can't stay focused on one game for too long. It is an issue, but some people like like playing the same game over and over. Some people are like that. I can't. I need to have variety, and just playing a whole slew of games just makes me happy. So I'll play anything from, like, let's say Dead by Daylight, Metal Gear Solid, Need for Speed, to, I guess, what's the most recent game I've played? Oh, Red Dead Redemption.
I was gonna say you've been playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption. You
It's
enjoying
really
it?
fun.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, it is. It
Playing a
is
bit
Red
of,
Dead Redemption. What?
The
and I
last
can't
stream I
remember the
remember
title of
was
it.
Red Dead. Last stream I remember you doing was Red
Yeah.
Dead.
Trying to. No, I can't remember what I was playing last. I know I was playing some Helldivers, Red Dead Redemption 2, Tomb Raider. What was the
Maybe
other one? I can't remember what the.
maybe that's what you're thinking of, Lem.
What the
Maybe you saw her play Helldivers.
No,
Maybe
it
that's what you're
wasn't
thinking of.
Helldivers.
It wasn't? Okay.
It was.
Final
We're
Fantasy.
getting past the point.
It's Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yes, Final Fantasy 7. Yeah.
Which, by the way, I actually got lucky with getting it at a very cheap price of $10 when I was younger for the PlayStation 1.
Nice, nice. So, you're in VR right now. When it comes to VR content, is this
Yes.
something you would do on stream? And do you think it would help you grow? Do you think it's worth the budget that it takes to get into VR for content?
I would say do a slow easing into VR content because VR is very expensive. There's no doubt about that. What I have currently is a headset and the two hands. That's more than enough, in all honesty, but that's about like $400 to $600. I will be very blunt about that, but it is definitely worth it because being able to like interact with people, like for example, you have a community. They're all everywhere, and not all of them have VR, but for example, VR chat. You can meet everybody in a virtual place and communicate and hang out with your community that are from like New Zealand or Poland or Mexico.
And what I found with VR is it also allows me to for like instance, Lemmy here is from France. I don't know what they look like. I've never seen them in person,
Right.
but I have a face to put to the voice. Do you find that that's true as well? Like it helps
Yes,
you kind
it
of form closer
definitely.
bonds with people because you can kind of have an idea of who they are by how they represent themselves.
Yes, because you hear their voice, you have a face. It may not be the real thing, but it helps you remember them easier. And when you see them in chat, then you're just like, I know you. Like I feel like I have a closer bond to you because I've quote unquote met you.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
And having a close bond with your community and just being there for them really means a lot.
Lem, anything you want to ask?
So you said you were working you were making content for a YouTube channel before. Is there any notable difference you've seen between being a Twitch streamer and making content on YouTube? Like or is there any big difference in the communities?
With the content I have on YouTube compared to Twitch, when I made content for YouTube, I was very shy. I was very quiet. I had no knowledge of any audio. I actually had a worse computer then as well, so nothing really ran as good. Whereas compared to with Twitch, I'm more talkative. I I can see the people that are like tuning in, and feel like I have an overall better system with everything compared to when I was on YouTube, which I may go back with some YouTube stuff.
What do you, in personal experience, feel like is a better platform for creation, or do you think they both have their plus and minuses?
It is equal for both YouTube and Twitch. They're both really good, they're both really amazing, and they have their great communities. The issue with them is with Twitch, everybody for the most part has their streamers. With YouTube, people already have like their go-to YouTubers, and it is hard to get started. But do not let that demoralize you. Don't let that put you down. If you keep at it, you will make it. Because to be fair, I have actually been streaming for 6 years, believe it or not. And I have been on and off with it at the start because I wasn't sure if I should do this. I wasn't getting any views. And recently, it started picking up when I started doing more of it. And that just shows that you can go from 0 viewers to at least 10. It's going to take a while, but you can do it. Anybody can do this.
You actually just hit on one of our other questions we normally ask on what would you give for advice to people just starting out. Is there anything else you would like to add to that? Any other advice you would give people who maybe just started or thinking about getting into content and are feeling kind of demoralized?
I will definitely say this. If you are just starting out, like you're thinking about starting, do not put all your eggs in one basket. Do not spend hundreds of dollars. There are plenty of free stuff. There is free to use assets. Experiment with those, and if you need help, do not be afraid to go to a friend or look up on YouTube or Google on how to do things. If you have already started and you're like a few months in and you don't think it's going very well, just keep at it. Try and keep a consistent schedule and just keep going. Try and also talk to yourself, like explain what's going on in the game, talk to yourself. It's going to be very hard. It will be very hard. I will admit that. But if you just keep going, you will make it. You can be up there with like Dan's Gaming or Galgura. You can be one of those people. You just gotta keep going.
That's honestly fairly solid advice. It's very similar to
Yeah.
advice I would give of don't let numbers dissuade you from trying. I found when I started out,
definitely do not pay attention.
I found when I
Sorry.
started out, that was probably the thing that hit me the most, was seeing that number never really move past 1 or 2. I had that number, turn that shit off.
Yes,
there
definitely
any...
turn it off.
Uh,
I was gonna say, definitely do not pay attention to numbers. Do not, and this is something that I am actively trying to get out of right now. Don't compare yourself. You may see like people who have started after you, who are gaining traction a lot faster. Some people get the algorithm, some people don't. But definitely don't let that dissuade you. Do not compare yourself to others. Be happy that they're going up there, and remember that one day that can be you.
Everyone's also different too. So that's another thing you gotta look at. You may see someone who appears to be new popping in and just going, whoop. You don't know if this is the first time they've tried it, the 5th time they've tried it. They may have, I've done this a few times now. I kind of know how to build a community, and they're working off of that. So yeah, that's also really good advice of don't compare yourself to others and don't let others' growth that you're not seeing yourself dissuade you from trying. Is there anything else you would like to ask?
It's not... I mean, we're coming to the end of the little interview. Is there anywhere specific we can find you? I'm assuming Twitch. Is like, do you have a schedule you can share? Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I do not have a set schedule. I probably will not have one entirely because I do work a real life job. I am a prison guard. I do streaming on the side, but I am a prison guard first. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to implement that with something coming up with my model on stream. I do have a lot of plans, and the reason I cannot have a consistent schedule is because the days off where I work do not stay set, and there's a thing called mandated, which means if you work an 8-hour shift, you can get hit with another 8-hour shift to go on top of that. So my biggest goal, get 2 streams in every week. That is my best. It may be in the evening, it might be in the morning, but my goal is to always get 2 days a week.
That's not a bad goal. Any particular like platforms? Like I know you said you
That's-
streamed on Twitch. Any platforms, any social media links, anything where our viewers can find you?
I can't remember it off the top of my head, but definitely on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, Cypher_LVT, I believe is what I'm called on there. There is also BlueSky, where on there I am known as femneko, FEMNEKO. I am also on Twitch, Cypher_LSYPHOR_L. And YouTube, I won't say much about that until I start putting things there, but I do want to put some things there. I've got some plans.
That's fair enough. And anyone who's viewing this, I will have all those links, including my links and Lemmy's links, down in the description below. So do check everyone out.
Yep.
Okay. So this is basically the end of the interview. Is there any general advice you want to give the people? Doesn't have to be streamer related, just general life advice that you think would help people?
So I'm going to be very personal with this. A lot of people will say, be you. Literally do that. Be who you want to be. Don't be what you think you want to be. Be you. And you will find that you will be a lot happier with trying to take off the mask. Don't wear the mask. Take the mask off and throw it away. And if you're ever feeling down, literally go outside for like a few minutes. You don't even have to like get dressed or anything. You can just go right outside, make sure you're at least decent, get some fresh air in you, look around, and then come back inside. I guarantee you, with somebody who does have depression, that is so helpful.
That's actually really solid advice, and it's advice I probably need to take myself a little bit better. Any
yeah,
other comments?
same.
Anything you want to add, Lem, before we close this out?
I mean, I have never seen going outside as such a helpful advice, but that does help quite a bit. Yeah.
What's funny is you probably
It's a
go
thing called
outside the
cabin
most.
fever.
You probably go outside the most because you walk and bike back and forth to work, don't you?
Yeah, I walk to work and I walk back to work from work, but that's about it. I don't really go outside that much anymore.
Aye. Anything else you would like to add, Cypher, before we close this up? Or are you all set?
Check out Lilly. Check out Lem. I don't know if Lem streams, but just so you know, these two are cutie patooties.
I'm not. We're trying to get this one set up so they can at some point.
Debatable.
You are not allowed to deny you're not cute.
Not cute. Shush. Alright, everyone. That's been this episode of the Years to Tell podcast. As per usual, I'm Lily.
I'm Lemmy.
We're a small team, just the two of us, trying to do this because we enjoy content. Both of us are kind of content creators ourselves, so if you would like to, please definitely drop a like, consider subscribing, it'll help us grow. We were joined by the wonderful Cypher today. Make sure to go check her out. Again, links will be down in the bio. I hope you all have a fantastic night, day, whatever it is, wherever you may be from. Be safe out there. It's a wild world.